What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, G's and gents, peeps and cronies? This is Professor Goodfeels, y'all. I've been thinking, because I be thinking. See, I don't believe too much in coincidence, and I was asking a question earlier today, pretty much a question of, should this person stay? Someone asked me that. It was a scenario that was just asked about me probably a little while ago, whatever. And it just so happens, a couple of minutes ago, I was looking at a video of one of my mentors, and it was a video saying that the title was "Should this person stay in your life? How to know if you should keep someone in your life?" And he said something very powerful. Again, another shout out to Infinite Waters, man. Love your work. But he said something very powerful, and I took note of this. He said, "Does this person want to see you win?" And that hit me. That hit me as usual. Those particular gems inspire me, and I just felt like I wanted to add my little old piece on to it. Just give this message to my personal audience. And a lot of people I've noticed you know, we spend time around certain individuals who don't have our best interests in mind. You know, and there's a lot of signs that kind of give away that indication. It just lets you know that this person ain't for us, but sometimes we miss them. Such as one of the most popular one, I would probably say me, for example. When someone tells me, "Hey, I just did this. Hey, I just made this particular thing. Hey, I just started doing this," or whatever, I'm gonna jump for joy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be proud of you. I'm gonna clap for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna really feel good off of that. Because when it's somebody I'm interacting with, somebody I'm giving my time with, some of my friends, family, or some of that kind of caliber, I'm going to be like, okay, cool. Your success is my success. When you do good, I do good. I feel good hearing and seeing people do better. I legitimately feel that within my soul. I love that feeling. I truly and really do. Now, when I'm hanging around someone else, and this is just maybe a random person I've noticed, because typically the people I hang around with, we share similar values. I guess you could say how I test a person. I don't know the right words for it, but when I bring good news to you and I feel your vibration change, you know what I'm saying, that, "Oh man, yeah," and all this kind of stuff kind of goes, "Oh yeah, that's cool." You know what I'm saying? That energy just drops when you hear the success of someone else. That's a bad vibe for me. That means that I don't need to be around you because we don't share the same path. You know what I'm saying? My path is just success, evolution, and growth. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is I'm on. Love and happiness as well. Let me chunk that in there. Excuse me. But when I'm around someone and they don't share them same kind of values, of course they're not gonna be on that same frequency as me. Of course they're not gonna sit up there and be like, "Okay, yes, I'm happy, I'm proud of you. I feel good seeing you succeed," because, like I said, when I succeed, you succeed. If someone doesn't share those same values, then that's a clear indication that I need to let you go. And if I don't feel comfortable around you, you know what I'm saying? And I've learned this too when it comes to certain women that I would talk to or whatever. This let me understand if we're on the same mentality. If I don't feel comfortable around you, if I don't feel like my knowledge is expanding, or if I just will tell these things based on the conversation. If our conversation doesn't have any real depth, we can't dive into something, you know what I'm saying? And we not really, learning each other's souls and being vulnerable with one another, then that's a clear indication that you're not the one for me. And I need to be wary of those signs. You know what I'm saying? I need to be aware of them. Sorry. I need to really sit up there and just really analyze this thing and just be like, nah, this one ain't the one. And another point that he had made that I thought was rather fantastic. I'm trying to remember. It was one of the earlier ones. I can't remember it all the way because my mind races so much. I seem to forget some things, but just expanding upon that with my knowledge, I can easily say, you want to be around someone also too that you can communicate with. Vulnerability, that's what it was. Vulnerability. You want to be around someone who you can be vulnerable with. Example, you can tell somebody your bad days, you can tell somebody your good days, you can tell somebody what happened to you when you were young. That's also more conversation that has depth to it. Something that's real that you can really build a bond off of. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can sit up here and ask you how the game was. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can sit up here and ask you, whose song just came out, things of that kind of nature. That everybody pretty much gonna know that same thing. But when you're telling stories about who you are and you're building those kind of moments off of that open vulnerability with one another, that's somebody who's willing to go further with you. That's somebody who's willing to expand. Anybody who's willing to go vulnerable, who's willing to be vulnerable and open themselves up to you, is somebody who's interested in actually interacting with you, who's actually interested in progressing with you. You know what I'm saying? And those things right there is just something I was really thinking about, because I feel like I think a lot of people really are spending time and hanging around a lot of people that they just don't need to be around. And I think we missing the signs because we still lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? But just take heed to those signs. Most importantly, if you take anything from all this, ask yourself, how do you feel when you see their name pop up on your phone? How do you feel when you see a text message from them? How do you feel when you're in conversation? How do you feel when you see them walking towards you? Ask yourself, how do you feel when that individual is around you in any way, form, or fashion? Be it physically, digitally, whatever. Ask yourself. Because your conscience is going to tell you what's up. It's up to you to listen to it or not. But yeah, that's just a couple of things I want to put out there for y'all, man. I just heard this. I just felt like I really want to put a video out there for my audience, man. And also to thank y'all for 100 subscribers, man. Thank y'all very much for 100 subscribers, and I really appreciate everybody. Really, I do. Like, good things be a coming, y'all. Everybody enjoy yourself. Stay smooth like butter, slick like hair grease, and fine like cream gravy. This is Professor Goodfeels telling you that greatness is within you, but it's your responsibility to pull it out. Stay smooth, y'all. It's beautiful.